They told her she didn't belong. They judged her by what they saw. But in just one moment, the truth would shake the entire building and silence everyone who doubted her. Before the story continues, make sure you support Black Inside USA by subscribing. Stories like this remind us that strength, dignity, and truth always rise. The lobby of the towering downtown building was silent, polished, and expensive. Marble floors reflected crystal lights. Every detail spoke of power, wealth, and authority. That night, a woman walked through the revolving doors with steady steps. She wasn't loud, she wasn't nervous, she wasn't trying to impress anyone. She wore a simple outfit, functional, fitted, unremarkable to most eyes. Her posture was upright, her gaze was alert, but calm. She carried herself like someone who had already faced storms far worse than this. Some people looked at her briefly, then looked away. One man didn't. The officer on duty straightened up as soon as he saw her. His eyes narrowed, his jaw tightened. Something about her presence bothered him, not because she was doing anything wrong, but because she didn't fit the picture he had in his mind. He stepped forward. "Can I help you?" he asked, his voice firm but cold. "Yes," she replied evenly. "I'm here for a scheduled meeting." He glanced at her from head to toe. "This area is restricted," he said. "You need to leave." Her eyebrows lifted slightly, not in fear, but curiosity. "I'm authorized to be here," she said calmly. Behind the desk, executives paused their conversations. Security personnel shifted uncomfortably. The air changed. The officer didn't check the system. He didn't ask for confirmation. He didn't listen. Instead, he spoke louder. "You don't belong here." The woman didn't raise her voice. She didn't argue. She simply stood her ground. And that calm made him angrier. Judged without knowing her story. What no one in that lobby knew was who she really was. They didn't know about the years she spent training while others slept. They didn't know about the missions that tested her limits. They didn't know about the sacrifices she made quietly, without applause. Her name was Ariana Cole. To the world, she was invisible. To those who truly knew her, she was respected beyond words. She had lost family early in life. She had learned strength the hard way. Every scar on her body had a lesson attached to it. Every calm breath came from discipline earned through hardship. Tonight wasn't supposed to be dramatic. It was supposed to be routine. But routine changed the moment judgment entered the room. The officer stepped closer, invading her space. "I said leave," he insisted. Ariana held his gaze. "I won't," she replied. The room went quiet. People stopped typing. Phones lowered. Breaths held. Something was about to happen. When control is tested, the officer reached out to grab her arm. That was the moment everything shifted. In one fluid motion, controlled, precise, and restrained, Ariana reacted. Not out of anger, not out of revenge, out of instinct. Years of discipline guided her movements. She neutralized the situation without unnecessary force. The officer stumbled back, shocked more than hurt. Gasps echoed across the lobby. Executives stood up. Security froze. No one expected that. Ariana stepped back, hands open. "I warned you," she said calmly. The officer stared at her, confused, embarrassed, and overwhelmed. He reached for his radio, his voice shaky. But before he could speak, a sharp voice echoed across the room. "Stand down." Everyone turned. A senior official entered, flanked by serious-looking personnel. His eyes locked onto Ariana. Then, he nodded. "Agent Cole," he said respectfully. "We apologize for the delay." The silence was deafening. The officer's face drained of color. "The truth comes out." The official turned to the stunned room. "This woman," he said, "is here on official assignment. She outranks everyone in this lobby tonight." Ariana said nothing. She didn't need to. The truth spoke for her. The officer lowered his head. His confidence collapsed under the weight of realization. I didn't know," he muttered. Ariana finally spoke. "That," she said quietly, "is the problem. Not anger, not hatred, just truth." The room filled with understanding and shame. Strength without shouting. Later that night, Ariana stood alone near the windows, overlooking the city lights. She had done her job. She had proven nothing, because she never needed to. What mattered was the lesson left behind. That strength doesn't announce itself. That dignity doesn't beg for permission. That judging someone without knowing their story can change lives, often for the worse. The official approached her. "You handled that with restraint," he said. Ariana smiled faintly. "I've learned that real power doesn't need noise. Some people walk into rooms expecting respect. Others walk in carrying it silently. This story isn't just about one woman, it's about unseen strength, about standing firm without hatred, about truth revealing itself in its own time, and remembering, you never know who someone is, until it's too late to judge them. If this story moved you, support Black Inside USA by subscribing. These stories matter, because truth, dignity, and strength deserve to be heard.